it's pretty important that you find a career in the field that you're actually interested in. And not a lot of people have even really found it yet, but it's really, I mean, think about what you enjoy doing, because most activities you partake in, there's bound to be a job that revolves around that activity. You know, I mean, I've been working at the same shop since I was 13. Definitely not legal, but it's been there. Yeah, I have a ton of experience there. Plus, Steel Center helped me out. But just as me and Noah, we were lucky enough to have Steel Center at a young age in high school. There are a lot of other post-secondary schools that might have something to do with the career that you're interested in. It's really important that you go off and you find what you want to do, because you don't want to be miserable when you're older, like a lot of the generation above us, unfortunately. And and I honestly feel like the career that I chose is a public service, fixing people's cars, because people are really abusive on them, and they're used every day. There's a lot of problems with them now because they're made so cheaply and so poorly, and it's honestly a humongous part of everybody's life. Not a lot of people don't have a car. A lot of people with multiple cars. And to be honest with you, there are a lot of challenges when it comes to fixing them nowadays, because they're not as simple as they used to be. You know, you go to do something simple like change a spark plug now, and you might have to take the whole engine out of the vehicle, like Noah's truck back there. You know, Noah had to go fix his truck, and he'd look in the tablet of Bachman Rock on your truck and fix it. So, it's pretty important to me, honestly, that a lot of people get into what they want to do, because the reason the mechanic field is actually suffering, and we're actually getting paid more because of it, so it's almost like a bonus, but there's a lot more work being commanded from us, because in the generation previous to us, a lot of people were raised on the fact that they have to follow a specific path, go to college, and have a serious job like a doctor or a lawyer. And I don't want to say it was directly correlated, but a lot of people had a negative view on using their hands for work, being a mechanic, fixing things. And the problem is that everyone has a car, and we're running out of people to fix them very, very quickly. And that goes for a lot of industries, the trade industry, all of it. They're all like that now. Everything, all the small businesses like barbershops, they're all disappearing. Everything's going away because there was a huge brief moment where people were being told that working like that was a bad thing. And what the problem with that is there's a lot of money to be made there, and it's public service. What it comes down to is the older generation in all the industries, they're leaving, and there's a huge gap, and then you just have a small wave of younger people coming in. There's very few people between the age of 20 and 40 that are out working in shops right now, fixing your cars, or even fixing like buses for the Port Authority. And the people that are there are making a lot of money, but they're also working 80, 90 hours a week. And I'm using that because that's the industry I'm trying to get into, but that goes for all of the trade industries, anything really. I mean, for the longest time, finally our generation's coming up, and everyone actually has an idea of what career they want coming out of high school. They have an idea where they want to go. And it's actually a lot easier to go towards it now, because there's so many post-secondary schools that specialize in so many different things now. And I'm trying to encourage everyone to follow what they want to do rather than what they were told would make them the most money, because odds are what you want to do is probably needed out there in the real world. And it's pretty important that you go out and follow that, because, like I said, a lot of the industries are suffering right now. There's a lot of money not being made because there's no one to work. And it's gotten to the point now where everyone has to be educated too, because being that there's a lack of people out there, a lack of employees working, everyone that is working has to know what they're doing. They have to be highly skilled and highly educated now, because there's no room for people to just walk in and try and learn along the way. So it's very important that everyone should follow what they want to do and actually commit. And despite what the older generations might have implanted into society, following what you want to do is the most important thing, because doing what you feel is going to be the most important and make you the most money. If you don't enjoy doing it, it's not worth it. It's almost kind of like, why would you buy something to impress your friends if you don't like your friends? It's very similar to that.